I would get really anxious whenever that would happen because I knew I was such a slow, oh my gosh. Hello there, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I want to talk about books. So reading has never really been a specialty of mine. It's never been something that I gravitate towards doing, and I think that is because of growing up in school and having to read assigned books over and over and over again. I never liked doing that, and I was always a really slow reader. Like when we would have to read books in school and the teacher would say, okay, read chapter 5, and then when you're done, put the book down, and then we will all discuss chapter 5. So whenever one of those assignments would come up, I would be scared to death. I would get so nervous. At the time, it was anxiety, but I didn't know what that was at the time. So yeah, I would get really anxious whenever that would happen because I knew I was such a slow, oh my gosh. Sorry about that. I knew I was a really slow reader, so I wouldn't want to read. I wouldn't want to be the last one done. That was always such a big fear of mine. Now looking back at it, that's a ridiculous thing to think, but yeah, at the time I wanted to be at the same reading pace as everyone, and I wanted to get done when everyone else did. So either I would zoom through the chapter and just like read a couple sentences and not every single word, and then I would finish with everyone else and not comprehend anything that I just read, or I would comprehend everything I was reading, but then I would notice that I was like 5 pages behind when everyone else is shutting their books and putting them down, because everyone seemed to get done at the same exact time. I never did though. So I would just be like, oh, okay, everyone's done, and I put the book down, and I still have like 5 pages left to read. So I always loathed reading. I hated it. It was just the hardest subject for me. Even on my ACTs, I knew the reading section was gonna be my worst section, and it absolutely was. I don't even think I finished filling out my bubbles for the reading section on my ACT because everything's timed. Yeah, no, I didn't. So anyway, I've always really had a bad relationship with reading because I was always so slow. So reading was always something I never wanted to do. It just scared me. And I can't remember the last book I actually read. But if you give me a script, I will read that thing first line to last line. I will analyze the crap out of it, try and understand the characters, and I will do that so fast. And I will get really, really into it. But novels, that's a completely different story. But I want to read, I really do. I just don't actually pick up a book and do it. So for this year, that is one of my New Year's resolutions. I want to read more. So I did give myself this challenge, read 1 book per month. And I have seen people do this challenge before, and I want to step up to the plate, and I want to do it. So the first book of the year that I will be reading is Over the Top, A Raw Journey to Self-Love by Jonathan Van Ness. And this is Jonathan's autobiography. I am beyond excited to read this book. Now, first, let me tell you a little bit about JVN, Jonathan Van Ness. Jonathan is a hairstylist, a skincare specialist, a huge activist in the queer community, a lover of cats, as am I. But you've probably seen Jonathan on Netflix's Queer Eye as the hairstylist of the Fab Five. So this is the book, Over the Top. I'm really, really excited about this. I've looked up to JVN for a couple years now, and you know, we follow all these people on social media, and we follow them through the shows they're in, or again, we follow them on social media platforms, their Instagram, their Twitter accounts. And so we get to know them through that. But to get to know someone through their own words in a book, I think is a little more intimate. So that's why I'm really, really excited to read Jonathan's own words and just, get to know them a little bit better. And I'm excited that this is going to be my first book of the year. I really wanted to start off with a book that I was excited about reading and that I wasn't forced to read, because it's Jonathan. Again, huge idol, love Jonathan so much. So I'm going to let you know at the end of the month, kind of like a little book report, what I thought of Jonathan's Over the Top, A Raw Journey to Self-Love. And again, I want to do this every single month. So I'm going to start off the month letting you know what book I read, and then at the end of the month, I will let you know how it is and if I think you should read it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.